Okay, I'm going to help you out with numbers 5, 12, and 13 from the quiz on 3.3 and 3.4. So let's go ahead and start on number 5. So hopefully you have it in front of you, but I'll read what the question is. A wheel is rotating at 2 radians per second, and the wheel has a 70-inch diameter. To the nearest foot per minute, what is the speed of a point on the rim? Okay, so a couple of things in there point us towards the equation that we need. They gave us, I call it funny W, right? The angular speed rotating at 2 radians per second. So this value right, oh wait, I need the pen. Okay, this value right here was given to us as 2 radians per second. And then they gave us the diameter of the wheel, so we can go ahead and use the diameter to find out the radius. And we're looking for the speed of the point on the rim, so we're looking for its velocity. We'll just have to make sure that we're in the right units. Okay, so let's go ahead and just start off with what they gave us. So remember the radius, if the diameter is 70 inches, then the radius is going to be 35. And then we'll multiply that by the angular speed, which they told us was 2 radians per second. Okay, so if I multiply those two together, I'm going to get 70, but my units here, we were in inches per second. So that's where I am. I'm in 70 inches per second. And that is not what I want. I want to end up in feet per minute. So all I'm going to have to do is take this 70 inches per 1 second, and I'm going to have to do that dimensional analysis to change it. So I need to change inches into feet and seconds into minutes. Yep, so it doesn't matter which one you do first. I'll just do inches. So remember there are 12 inches in 1 foot. Okay, and remember that we put whatever unit I want to cancel. Need to make sure that, so see how I had inches on top, now I want inches on the bottom, so that they'll cancel with each other. So if I were to stop now, I'd have feet per second. So I'm almost there. I just need to change those seconds into minutes. So there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. Notice I'm putting seconds on top so that it'll cancel with the seconds over here. So now let's change color. Let's cancel our units. Inches will cancel with inches. Seconds will cancel with seconds, and I'm left with feet per minute, which is exactly what I wanted. So now I just have to do the math. And when you do that math out, 70 times 60 and then divide it out by 12, you should end up with 350 feet per minute. Okay, so that's number 5. And then the other one was 12. So that one's really just a calculator question. So let me try and erase this. I don't know if there's a way for me to show you the calculator, but that's okay because I can just tell you what to type in. And I know you probably don't have maybe you may or may not have a graphing calculator at home or scientific, but remember that just a Google search bar will serve as a calculator that can do all that. Or you can turn your phone sideways. Most of them have a calculator that can do what you need it to do if you just access the extra features. So anyway, here's what this problem says. So now we're going to do number 12. You're supposed to use a calculator to find cosecant of 0.2639. All right, so just remember that cosecant is 1 over sine. And that's really the secret to this whole thing, besides making sure that your calculator is in radians. So first, make sure that your calculator is in radians. I don't know how to do that on your phone, but I'm sure there's a way. And then you're literally just going to type in on your calculator 1 divided by sine 0.2639. So as long as you're in radians, it should spit out for you the correct answer, which I'll just go ahead and tell you is 3.8337. Okay, so try that on your calculator, make sure that you can get that answer back out, and then you know you're doing it correctly. Okay, and then 13, I'm actually going to try and bring the screen up because that would be easiest. So give me just a second here to find it. Okay. All right, let's see if I can, there we go. So the last question was on 13. Actually, I can just kind of look right here. Perfect. So you're supposed to find the cotangent of theta. So remember, all we're really doing here is I'm going to drop that perpendicular down to the x-axis. So now I have a little right triangle here, and I know that theta is on the outside, but we want to deal with its related angle in here. So I'm going to be looking at that angle. So cotangent is just the reciprocal of tangent. So remember that tangent is just opposite over adjacent. So in this case, your opposite value is y and your adjacent is x. But if I want cotangent, I just want the reciprocal of that. So tangent of theta would have been opposite over adjacent, so that's y over x. But I want cotangent, so I'm just going to do the reciprocal. I want x over y. Okay, now I actually have those values. They gave them to me right here. That's x and that's y, right? So all I have to do is x divided by y. Now, what do you do when you have a fraction and a fraction? Do you remember? I'm going to write it down here so I have a little bit of room. So if I want to do x, negative 5/13 divided by y, instead of dividing by a fraction, remember keep, change, flip? So I'm going to keep the first fraction, change to multiplication, and then flip the second fraction. So I'd have 13 over 12. So now when I do this math, take a look, the 13s cancel and I'm left with negative 5/12. And that's it. Okay, hope this helps.